So I will then recognize the gentle lady from Kansas, Ms. Davids, chairwoman of the subcommittee on economic growth, tax, and capital access.
Thank you, Chairwoman, and thank you for holding this hearing today. Administrator, it's good to see you. I appreciate you recently coming to visit the Kansas 3rd. You know, half of my job is spreading the good word of Kansas, and so it was a pleasure to have you come visit alongside the First Lady, where you heard firsthand stories of entrepreneurs and small business owners who are reeling from the effects of the pandemic. You know, I think that there's a couple of things. One, I'd be very curious, and we'll follow up about the assertion that you haven't responded to nearly 60 questions submitted by members of the House, and we'll follow up just to discuss that with you. Our experience in my office has been a lot of response, whether we agree on the issues that we're dealing with or not. So I want to kind of turn to the programs that existed previously and the ones that we have seen emerge because of the pandemic, namely the Paycheck Protection Program. You know, the SBA 7A and 504 loan programs have existed for a while. And prior to the Paycheck Protection Program, there were about 1,900 lenders engaged in those programs. With the Paycheck Protection Program coming online, we saw that there were 5,000 new lenders that had that participated in that. I'm curious what ways you all are looking at to kind of leverage the increase in participation by lenders, by the private sector, you know, with this federal program, and just what we need to be thinking about as we move forward, and how we can help assist in leveraging that.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman, for the question. We do think it's a historic opportunity to take advantage of these expanded networks, not only in our lending circles, but just broadly the attention on small businesses, and that's what we've been focused on. Across our lending network, we've been able to really develop our relationships with community financial institutions, as well as community banks and others who require that technical assistance with the SBA as well. And so my capital access team stands ready to support them in using all of our products, transitioning from PPP to the 7A and 504 so that we can better distribute our loans into communities across the country. And we look forward, if there are any lenders that, in particular, that your office is focused on, that we could pay attention to. It's partially why we launched the direct forgiveness portal to simplify for those smaller banks that maybe didn't have the technology to streamline processing of PPP so that they could take advantage of it and offer it to their constituents, their customers.
And then I'm curious about, so that's the lender side. I'm also curious about ways that additional engagement or support has been given to the new entrants into all of these programs across the board during what has been a pretty chaotic time, not just for the SBA, but for lenders and for the entrepreneurs and small business owners. I'm curious what you all are doing to facilitate additional growth and leverage the new engagement that we're seeing.
It is definitely our goal to try to serve more of those 32.5 million small businesses. So across our network of resource partners, some of them have seen up to a 10x increase in the amount of businesses coming to them. We want to continue to direct individual businesses to them. We've recently launched the Community Navigator pilot program. Those grantees are trusted organizations that can authentically reach communities, focusing on women, people of color, veterans, rural communities, and broadly try to further enhance our services, especially for these highly entrepreneurial communities that are starting up at the highest rates. And so we plan to expand those connections to small businesses, build more bridges so that they can work with the SBA. We want to be part of their team and let them know that resources are available to them.
Great. Thank you, Administrator and Madam Chair.